as you can see, I found the button to turn the card. Yay! To turn my card. To turn my, what's it called? Camera. So we're not sideways today. Thank goodness. I'm trying to make the light so it's not dark. Hi, Shawnee. How are you? So, this is our card we're going to make. I know you can see this one up here. That's not what we're going to make. We're going to make this one. How are you, Shawnee? And then Patsy. Hi, Patsy. How are you guys doing? We're going to make a Valentine. Now, Sandra, I do not have a Valentine. Hopefully you do. But even if you don't, you could give this card to anybody. I think I am going to, I'm going to make Valentines for my grandkids. I wonder if they're watching. One of them actually does like to watch my videos. But she'll still be super excited. She'll be like, I saw her make this one. So I sent this one that we made last week. I sent one like this to my granddaughter in Texas. So, and I know she'll love it because she told her mom, she was like, Grandma doesn't send me cards anymore. So, I'm gonna send her a card. Actually, it's in the mail. She might have already gotten it. So, she can be super excited that she got a card from her abuelita. So, this is the cute little card we're gonna make. This stamp set is so adorable. This nuts and bolts. I mean, you make my heart go beep. Look at how cute that is. I'm nuts and bolts about you. Happy birthday to you. If you didn't know what that meant, because, you know, that's like a new teenage thing. Greetings, kind human. Aren't those cute? I mean, really, just a little, I mean, the only thing that would make it better is if there was dies, and there's not, but we don't, look, we'll just cut some other shape out, and we'll use it, because we can adapt and overcome. So, I already have I use the layering dioramas, right? So the layering dioramas are these little guys right here. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, because I have 2 of them right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these. All the way from as big as your card is, right? So this one is like, look, it's as big, it's 5.5 by 4.25. So all the way big to all the way tiny. So you can make any kind of wavy shape you want. Any size. Layering dioramas. And these are in the annual catalog. Don't forget about the annual catalog. There's so many yummy, good things in there. We tend to forget about it when we get the spring catalog, the mini catalog, the Christmas catalog. We tend to forget, but don't forget. Okay, so this is what we're going to play with. I have to face it the right direction because otherwise the words don't fit and everything doesn't fit on there. So we're going to stamp this little guy right here, and I'm going to stamp him in Memento, the Memento black ink. And I'm going to stamp him in black ink because we're going to color him with the blends, the Stampin' blends. Now, there's some scientific reason that I don't know. It has something to do with the Stampin' blends being alcohol-based. So, when you use the Stampin' blends and you have stamped in this kind of ink, which is water-based, it doesn't really work all that great. Oh, Patsy, you're so sweet. Thanks for sticking with me. Okay, so we're going to say I'm nuts and bolts about you, and we're going to stick that up here on the top of this, and I'm stamping that in the real red. Oh, look. Dang it. Let's turn it over. Maybe I should just cut another one. Because, you know, there's 2 sides. And my friend warned me about that. She says, it'll rock. So, what do? There's a couple things you can do. One, you can just cut another one, which is what I'm going to opt for. Don't be defeated. We'll just cut another one. The other thing we can do, like if it's a tiny little halo, that's what we call this, is a halo. So if it's a tiny little halo, you can cover it up with a embellishment. I do that a lot. We can stamp over the top of it. There's some things we can do. But right now, I'm just going to cut another one. And I'll try not to rock it this time. While I have this up here, I'm going to cut my other layer. So I'm going to cut my other layer out of the real red. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut this puppy right out of the middle of here. Okay? Do you know why? I'll show you why in a moment. But I really am going to cut it right smack out of the middle. I'm not trying to save paper right this second. Okay? So that's going to be our layer. Alright, now let's get this cut and emboss machine out of the way so we can get on. Okay. So, let's see if I can do better this time. What are the odds? Let's start with this. So, I'm going to stamp. I'm nuts and bolts about you. Now I'm going to practice. No rocking. Straight up and down. No rocking. Okay? Straight up and down. No rocking. Okay, you know what rocking is? Let me tell you. When you stamp and you rock, can you see I'm moving it? That's what happens. It's a halo. Another thing you can do is when you stamp and you just press too hard, that happens. So, you can ink up your stamp and just gently press down, straight up and down, and it should come out perfectly. But let it be known that we are not perfect. None of us are. And we just have to fix our mistakes when we make them. No big deal. Right? So, I'm going to stamp again. No, I'm not going to stamp that guy. I'm going to stamp this guy. He goes on the inside. So I'm going to stamp this guy right down here. I'm nuts and bolts about you. Okay. So, now I'm going to color. Okay. So, I have my Stampin' blends out here. All different colors. I figure he's a robot. And so this guy, I colored... You know what I'm going to do? Can I color in pink? Can I color in pink? I think I'm going to color in pink. Because I like pink. And I don't care if he's a robot. I'm going to color in pink. I mean, I'm going to send it to my granddaughters. And they're all girls. So, pink robots it is. At least this one is going to be pink. So this is Flirty Flamingo. Hey, Martha! Pink is my favorite color, too. And it was long before I ever had cancer. But, you know, with breast cancer, you kind of get shoved pink onto you. But that's fine. I like pink. I guess everybody doesn't really appreciate that, but I like pink. Okay, so this is the dark Flirty Flamingo. I'm not going to do a lot of shading. I mean, he's a simple robot. I think I'm going to use, this one is polished pink. Because he needs a couple different colors. So we're going to make him polished pink right here. And then we'll put polished pink on the top And I'm going to put a dot up there. So an embellishment, because everybody needs embellishments. Okay, so there's my robot. Now, because he's a robot, I think he should be shiny. Okay, so I'm going to use Wink of Stella, and I'm going to make him shiny. Even if he isn't gray. I'm going to squeeze this and get it a little wet down here at the end. Can you see that that's shiny? Do y'all use Wink of Stella? I'm telling you what, this is like one of my favorite card making inventions, this Wink of Stella. It's just shiny. I love it. Okay, now, there is actually a stamp in here to make a ground underneath. But I'm just going to use the gray marker to make it look like he's not floating. Just scribble a little shadow underneath there. Any size you want. Okay, I'm going to stamp a couple of hearts on here. Hearts, hearts, hearts. Because we all need hearts. Look, see that one right there? Can you see that? I am apparently just boogering this up. So, apparently I rocked it a little bit. We're going to cover that one up with an embellishment. I'll show you what I was talking about. Okay. So now because this is the water-based ink, I want to be really careful and not like go over the red. Okay, because it'll bleed a little. We don't want that. So just get right up next to it, but don't kind of go over. It'll probably be okay if you get a little bit up in there. Okay, so there you go. There is our robot. Now. Let's layer him on here. This guy gets layered on here. Yep, just like that. Got my Tombow glue. This is my favorite liquid glue of all time. Okay, so there's that with our 2 layering diorama pieces cut out. Okay, so this one's going to be different colors than I made last time. Different colors than this, but it's okay. All the colors work. But since we're going with pink, this one's Flirty Flamingo. I have the Flirty Flamingo ink. So I'm just going to stamp a background. Because everybody loves a background. Well, I love a background. I think all cards need backgrounds. And it can be a textured background. It can be a stamped background. It can be a designer series paper background. But this one is going to be robots. Now, when you stamp a background, I'm not an artist at all. But when you stamp a background, you don't want to stamp them like right straight up and down. You kind of want to put them at an angle. Maybe. Now you can use your own judgment. This is just kind of the way I do it. And then kind of fill in the space a little bit. So you kind of have a pattern going, but it's not straight up and down. Or you can do it however you want. It's your card. There's no rules. Okay, so there's our background. Okay, so this guy is going to get, let's layer these. Okay. So remember this piece that I cut my piece right smack out of the middle, and I know part of you were like, stop, you can do it on the side and you could, here's what I'm going to do. I am going to layer this right on top of there, and nobody is ever going to know that there's a hole. So, you want to talk about saving paper? I just saved paper. because it's my same piece that's my layer. And nobody's ever going to know. So how's that? I'm just full of tips today. I have a piece of adhesive paper stuck to the back of there. Okay, so let's lay this one on here. And then let's get this guy. So he's going to go right here. And I'm going to put him on with dimensionals. Because in addition to a background, I think all cards need dimension. So you need texture of some sort or a background. And then you need some sort of dimension. And you can get dimension from just having different layers on your card, like I have the 2 layers there. Or you can actually make dimension with pop-ups, with dimensionals, or with embellishments, or with, I'm sure there's lots of other ways. But that's the way, probably one of the easiest, is just to use dimensionals. Now, I know, so you might have seen this card. This card was on my blog this past weekend. And if you haven't seen my blog, you probably should. It's Ink Stamp Love, no spaces, Ink Stamp Love, LUV.com. And that's my blog. But this card I blogged about. Now, when I made this card and cut out all these little die cuts, and this is the Sweet Treats bundle that made this card, all of these little guys were left over because it cuts them all out. Now, I cut them out of adhesive sheets, so now all of these are little stickers. All I have to do is peel the back off of them. So I'm going to use some of them on my card because why not? And they're all different colors of pink and red. So here we go. All I got to do is get these adhesives off. It's 2 for 1, right? Use what's on your desk. They were already on my desk, so I'm going to use them. I'm just going to put them up here in any sort of random order. There are no rules. I'm just going to put these guys, if I can get the adhesive backs off of them, I'm going to put these little hearts up here on the top of my card, like they're floating up. I don't want all the same color. And I have lots of different colors. How many different colors of pink and red do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 different colors of pink and red in the Stampin' Up! Collection right now. 10. That's a lot. And I love them all. I love some more than others, truth be told. But, you want to know what my favorite is? Polished pink. That's this one. That's my favorite. And it's an in color. So I get to play with it for another 1.5 years, and then it goes away, and then I'll be sad. But we'll make the best of it. And you know what? They will come out with another color that I will love probably just as much, if not more. Because it seems that that's how it happens. Have I used that one? I used that one. Have I used... what? You know, there's 10 different colors. I haven't used them all. Right? Sometimes I can't tell. When it's such a small piece, like I can't tell if that's the right color or that's the color I've used or that's the, you know, sometimes it's confusing. Maybe one more. I still have lots of hearts left over. Lots and lots of hearts. So, okay. What we got to talk about? I went and got my hair cut today. Not that I have very much hair to get cut, but I did went and got my hair cut. And the lady, her name is Peregrina. She's a sweetheart. I love her. So, when I was getting my hair cut, we were talking about, she has a cousin that lives in Norway. And we were talking. I love to travel. If you know that about me, you know that. Okay, so I put this guy over the edge. I'm going to trim him off. I planned that. I didn't accidentally do that. I did that on purpose. Okay. So, look, I still have all these hearts left for another card. That's good, because I have a lot of granddaughters. I gotta make another card. But we have plenty of pieces left. Anyway, we were talking about Norway and the differences between people up there and people here. And one of the differences is that people there ride bikes. And I've been to Amsterdam. I haven't been to Norway. It's probably on my list of places I'd like to go. But people ride bikes almost everywhere over there. And I just love that. I don't ride a bike, but I don't ride a bike because there's no place to ride a bike. You ride a bike here in the United States, most places, you're taking your life in your hands because nobody's watching for you. Right? Okay, so I'm going to see just another different color pink. I'm going to layer this guy right on top of there. And then we're not done. No worries, we're not done. We got more to do. More. Okay. This guy goes right here. We talked about how people eat over there, and because they eat fresh foods, they go to the store every day because they have to, because there's no preservatives in food. And your bread, you can get it one day and it's fresh, and the next day it is hard as a rock, like you could build a building with it. There's no preservatives, so it does not stay fresh. It's delicious when it is fresh, but it just does not stay fresh. Okay. This little robot guy is going to go on the inside because he's adorable. Adorable. And then we're going to color him. More Stampin' Blends. Should I make this guy pink too? Well, of course. He can't be any other color other than pink if the outside guy is pink. Can he? He's holding a big old heart. Let's make him Melon Mambo. Oh my gosh. So, yeah. And speaking of that, I'm ready to travel. I'm ready to go. Well, I've been ready to go because I'm always ready to go. And I got told that I might get to go. Yes, I said that. I might get to go to Taiwan for work. And I've never been to Taiwan. I didn't know that it was a place that I wanted to go, but apparently it is. And I'm going to go if they send me. Because I am willing to go and travel anywhere. If you know me, you know that. Okay, so here's this guy on the inside of your card in all different colors of pink. Isn't he just adorable? Now, if you have grandsons, you're probably going to want to color in blue. No, my buddy's not going with me. Not this one, because it's for work. So now she told me she has to go to, I don't know where she's going. Well, Lee, where are we going? She said she has to go for work. It's someplace in the United States, so I said, I'm going. I'm going with you, wherever it is. I'm going. I'll just take my computer and I'll work from the hotel when she has to go to the real work. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of Wink Stella just right here on the heart to make the heart shiny on the inside of my card. We'll let that dry just a second. Nashua, New Hampshire. Because New Hampshire is a place that I have not been. I told her she has to let me know when we go. Because I have to practice. We have to park the car. Like, I've never been to New Hampshire. I have no idea how they talk. Is that how they talk? I don't know. It's funny. It's funny whether or not it's true. Okay, so this guy goes on the inside of my card. And then are we done? No! We're not done. Why are we not done? Because we haven't put any bling on it. And every card needs bling. So I am going to put red rhinestones Right? See this? See this where I rocked it? You see that? I'm going to cover it right up. Look, you can't see it anymore. Not that my granddaughter would care. So, red rhinestones. These are awesome. They're good for Christmas. They're good for Valentine's. They're good for blood droplets. I don't know what they're good for. They're good for all sorts of stuff. But look at that. Look at how cute that is. Oh, I was going to put one right here. I'm going to put one right here on his top of his pointy little head. I'm nuts and bolts about you. And then here's the little guy on the inside. Isn't that cute? Oh my gosh. I love this stamp set. I had to borrow Lee's. But that's okay. So here's my 2 different colors. All different colors of pink. Just pick some and go with it. If you have boys, make blue. I should have made a blue one. But I don't have any boys. So, anyway. So we got pink cards with pink robots. This one's green. Ooh, the boys would like him. Can you see how shiny he is? Can you see it? I don't know if you can see him. With the Wink of Stella. So there you go. That's all I got. I hope you enjoyed making a card with me. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I sure do appreciate it. And I will catch you guys next week. Bye.